Hi, today we will be talking about geometrical form of multiplication, aka GFM. Now, maybe you've never had this lesson before, and this is all going to be new to you. Or maybe you have had this lesson before and it's going to be a review, and you might be thinking, but I already know how to multiply and I can do it in a different way than this. Well, trust me, this is such a cool way to think about multiplication. There's so many little subtleties of what it's showing you that I'm going to point out as we go along. So this is really cool stuff. All right, so today we are going to multiply the number 3,432 times, oops, I need a better eraser, times 43. So I should have added that the materials today that you will need are your math notebook, a pencil. You'll need some colored pencils. Most importantly, that you'll need are red, green, and where's my blue? Oh, there's my blue and blue. In Montessori, we know that our units are green, our tens are blue, and our hundreds are red. And when we're getting beyond hundreds, we get to our units of thousands, which is still green. Then there's 10,000s, which would still be blue, and 100,000s, which would still be red. All right, so another useful thing would be a ruler. I don't have one right over here with my things, but what you could use is another notebook or a folder as a straight edge. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get my notebook here. And I'm going to start down a bit. And I'm going to use this straight edge to help me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start my line. And our number that we're multiplying is 3,432. So 3,000, 1, 2, 3, make a dot. 400, 1, 2, 3, 4, make a dot. 30, we're going to do another 3 lines, make a dot, and 2, 1, 2, make a dot. Now we're going to draw a line up to represent the numbers of our multiplier. So we'll start with the units, which in this case our multiplier, the number of units we have is 3. I'll use my straight edge or a ruler if you have one. 1, 2, 3. Make a dot, and then our tens is 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, make a dot. Now what you see here is we've just created a right angle, and we're going to use our straight edge to finish up turning this into a rectangle. We're also going to use our straight edge to draw lines wherever there is a dot. So I'm going to draw a line up. I'm going to draw another line up. And I'm going to draw another line up. And then I have one more dot that I need to draw a line for, so I'll draw this one. All right. From here, we're going to add color. This is where things get fun, I think. So we have to talk through, oh, I'm sorry. I got too excited about the coloring piece. So we're going to label what we have here. So this 3 represents the 3,000s in our multiplicand. 3,000. The 4 here represents the 400. The 3 here represents 30. And the 2 represents the 2. And the same goes for our multiplier. We have 3 represents the 3 in our units, and the 4 represents the 4 in our tens place, which is actually 40, not 4. Now we're ready to color. Okay, so we need to ask ourselves, What do we get when we multiply a unit times a unit? We get units, so I'm going to color that in green. What do we get when we multiply units times tens? We get tens. What do we get when we multiply units times hundreds? We get hundreds. My red is very small. I use red a lot, I guess. And units times, or thousands times units gives us units of thousands, which we will color green as well. Moving on, what do we get when we multiply units times tens? We get tens. What do we get when we multiply tens times tens? Well, I know 10 times 10 is 100. So I'll shade that in red. What do we get when we multiply hundreds times tens? We get thousands. And what do we get when we multiply thousands times tens? We get 10,000s. All right, now we're all beautifully color-coded. Now we get to do our multiplication. So here we have 2 taken 3 times. So 2 times 3. I'll fill in that rectangle there. And I know that the answer to that is 6. Now we have 30 taken 3 times. Well, I know 3 times 3 is 9, or 30 taken 3 times. 3 times 3 is 9, so 30 times 3 is 90. Next we have 400 times 3, and I know 4 times 3 is 12. And we're in hundreds, so I get 1,200, otherwise known as 1,200. Then we have 3,000 times 3. And I know 3 times 3 is 9, but we're in the thousands, so that's 9,000. Now we move to multiplying through by our tens. So I multiply 2 times 40. And I know 2 times 4 is 8, but we're in tens, so the answer is 80. 30 times 40, I know, I should write that in, 30 times 40. 3 times 4 is 12 hundreds, because we're in the hundreds here, as we can tell by the coloring, and also because we're multiplying a 10 times a 10. 400 times 40. I know 4 times 4 is 16, and we're in thousands, so 16 thousands. And now we're multiplying 3,000 times 40. And 3 times 4 is 12, and we're in the 10,000s, so 12 10,000s is otherwise known as 120,000. Now we don't have our answer yet. We have to gather up all of our little partial answers here and add them up. So we always have to make sure in this piece that we are lining up our like categories. So our units are in line with the units, tens, hundreds, thousands, etc. So we have here, I'll start with my largest number. I have 120,000. Then 16,000. Commas can help us with lining things up. 1,200. Oops. 1,000. I need a bigger eraser for next time. 1,200. 80. 9,000. So 9. 1,200. 90 and 6. I'm going to add all that up. 0 plus 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 6 is 6. 8 plus 9, I'm just going to skip past the zeros. 8 plus 9 is 17. Write the 7, carry the 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. Plus 2 is 5. Then we're on to our thousands category to add. 6 plus 1 is 7. Plus 9 is 16. Plus 1 is 17. And 1 plus 2 is 3. Plus 1 is 4. And 1. So our answer is units, tens, hundreds, comma, 147,576. That is our answer.